Let me try again. $80. How many of you got 80? All right, so let's take the question together. A man obtained 48,000 naira in exchange for $600. What is the equivalent of $1 to the naira in the exchange? Now, first of all, you should ask yourself, in this question, 48,000 naira was equivalent to how many dollars? $600. Now they are asking you $1 is equivalent to what in this question? So $1 will be equivalent to what? You just cross multiply, right? Or you just say 1 over this times this, or you cross multiply. This will be equivalent to x, is it not? So to find x, you cross multiply, and x now will be equal to what? 1 over 600 times this, right? Is it not? Are we following? Or if you cross multiply x times what? 600, right? That will give us what? 600. Is that the right thing? We divide both sides by what? 600. 600 cancel 600. So x is equal to, so 480 divided by 6 will give us what? Sorry, it means $1 is equivalent to 80 naira. Do you understand what went on there? It's just like the equation is in this format. If 100 naira can be used to buy 10 biscuits, how much we buy 5 biscuits? And because it's food now, you're able to answer very fast now. 15 naira, right? How do you get the 15 naira? Now, 5 biscuits, you can put 5 biscuits here, and you want to get the naira. So, this over this times this. Or you just cross multiply, call your x, and you cross multiply. So, if you cross multiply, 100 times 5 will give us 500, right? So, we have 500 equal to 10 times x will be 10x. Divide both sides by what? 10 to get 15 naira. So the same thing here. The question was, I'm tired of this. Anything that's happening will happen. Write that down. Let's take the next question. All right. So the next question. Can I clean this? Are you not done writing? But do you understand? Then solve it. All right. So the next question. Find the length of an arc. Find the length of an arc. Find the length of an arc. Find the length of an arc of a circle having radius 66 cm and subtends an angle of 60 degrees at the center, at the circle center. So that's the equation. Write it down. Let's solve it together. Find the length of an arc of a circle having radius 66 cm and subtends an angle of 60 degrees at the circle center. Are you done? You've gotten the answer? Sir? You are done with the question. Okay, finish with the answer. You've gotten the answer. Good. So someone should get the answer too. Are you done? That's good. So one person is through. Okay. No. Who is through again? Good, good, good. So one person have gotten it right. What's this? No. Who else? Who is through? You're done. What's happening here? Group work. Oh, you're doing another stuff altogether. Hmm? Where is it? Where is it? No, don't put it in short form. Don't put it in short form. The options are not in short. Are you done? Where is it? Good. Where is it? No, it's not. You're done. No. Good. What's happening? Where are your people? Hmm? Okay. Solve something. Solve something. Make sure you're solving. Just be solving. I said solve, not eat. You're eating. All right, let's solve this together because now let's look up. You know, some persons they will not solve when I ask them to solve. Then when I want to solve, they say, wait, give me 1 minute. Nothing. Look up. Stop writing. X varies directly as the square of y. Now this is actually word problem. X varies directly. If they say varies directly as the square of what? As the square of y. And what? Inversely as p. Now when they say inverse proportionality, if they say x is directly proportional to p, this is what it means. If they say x is inversely proportional to p, this is what it means. 1 over. So if you say 1 over, then it's inverse. Do we get that? But if it's like this, then it's direct. So the question says x varies directly as the square of y and inversely as p. Do you understand? And inversely as p. Now when y equal to 5, x equal to 8, and p equal to 10, find the value of x when y equal to 3 and p equal to 1 over 3. Now if you notice, we were given two values of this. Now look up. The first thing you have to do after decoding the word problem is remove this proportionality sign. And you agree with me that if you are removing this sign, you introduce a constant, right? So you have equal to, you can use k as your constant. Do you get to this point? Do you get to this point? Now, if you've done this first set of values you are given, what you have to use it for is to find the value of k. This first set of values you are given, use it to find the value of k. Then you can get your answer from there. Do you understand that? So we have to make k the subject of the formula from here, which is the constant. We want to know the value of the constant. So to make k the subject of the formula, what do we do? What do we do? We cross multiply. So x times p will give me what? Xp equal to ky squared If I want to make k the subject of a formula, divide both sides by y squared. So I'll have it that k is equal to what? Xp over what? Y squared. I can then substitute and I get the value of k. So what's the value of x? From this first line, don't use the second set of values. 8, right? 8 times p is what? All over y is what? 5 or 5 square, right? So here we'll be having 8 times 10 is what? 5 square is what? So this will give us what? 3.2. Now, so we've gotten the value of k as 3.2. Now that we've gotten the value of k, we can then move on to answer their question. They said find the value of x when y equal to 3 and p equal to 1 over 3. We have to find the value of x. But remember, from this equation, we have it that x is equal to what? Ky square all over what? P. Is it not? From here, from the equation we're given, is equal to ky square all over p. And now we are asked to find the value of x when y is equal to Offerman network. All right, so x is equal to our k now is what? 3.2 times y is what? y is what? 3 square. 3. Y is 3. Then square. All over p is what? All right. So at this point, we can have it that x is equal to 3.2 times 3 square is what? You agree with me that all over 1 over 3 is the same thing as... How do you get this one? The products. How do you get the products? The press. Okay, you know, even if calculator is there, what will be there is market women calculator, which you not see raised to power. So what's the answer in this question? What's the answer in this question? D, right? If you got D, wrong. You got what? B. B. Who has got B? Who has got B? Let's put our hands together for him. Put, clap for him now. Do you know what it takes to stand out? He said, I was advised in my secondary school that try to be different. That's what makes you stand out. All right. Thank you for standing out. But in this case, the answer is D. All right. So in a case like this, how are you going to do this? Please, just like I always say, it is very okay for you to fail here than for you to fail in exam hall. It is very okay if you've known it, you'll not come here. So it's very fine. All you have to do is be trying. Just solve. Whether you know what you're doing or not, solve. Don't be among those that we just wait for me to solve, then they copy and put in their book, they go back to it. It's not making sense. Try to do it on your own as if that is the exam question. In this case, we have to convert this. Product means multiplication, right? All right, so in this case, one way of doing this, if you're with your calculator in the hall, you can press it out. Another way of doing it, you can convert both to standard form. If you are converting this to standard form, what do you get? This is how you move the zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So the decimal point is now here. How many times do you move the decimal point? 5 times, right? So we'll now be having 267 times 10 raised to power what? Minus 5, because the numbers are at the back. Minus 5. Minus means backward. Times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we'll be having, if you are to come attention, the first person to get it right, I have something for you. The first person to get it right, I have something for you. Victor, You've not been seeing me around. This one can sleep. It's like Chiamaka transfer this thing to you. I don't know. Are you sleeping in my class? See how it's red. And your life. Means your mom will see it. Alright. If you are true, let me see your hand. You are done with this, let me see your hand. I should give you the options. Okay, let me add the options. I need someone to get this right. Are you done? You are done. Someone is done. Let's put our hands together for her. Says what? You're the one. Are you done? You think. Don't need to think. Oh, you are using. You're using. Wow, nice one. Nice one. You are doing well. You're doing well. I don't. What's the answer? 3/10. 3/10. Okay, let's see if it's correct. Who said that A? It's A. Okay, let me confirm from my answer here. I didn't solve it. All right, let's solve it together. Let's solve it together. I didn't solve it here, but let's solve it together and see which is actually correct. Now, the question says, let's please look up. It's actually a bonus question. Very simple question. And someone got it right. Let the probability function on set S, where S equal to this. Okay, A1, A2, A3, A4. Find the probability of A1, if the probability of A2 is this. The probability of, so we're giving all the probabilities. Now, if a probability is 0, what does that mean? If they say the probability that rain will fall today is 0, what does it mean? It means you are certain that rain will not fall, right? If the probability of that rain will fall today is 1, what does it mean? You are certain that rain must what? Must fall. So if a probability is 1, certainty, it must happen. If it's 0, certainty, it must not happen. Now, probability cannot be more than 1. Because some persons will say the probability that rain today, I'm very sure that rain will fall today, the probability is 1.5. Probability cannot be more than 1. Probability cannot be more than 1. Or you want to emphasize that you're very, very sure. So you now say 1.5. No, it's wrong. So total probability in a set is equal to 1. Now they said the set S. Hello? Set S have this. It means it's either this will occur, this will occur, this will occur, this will occur. It is certain that at least one of them must occur. So the total probability here is supposed to give us what? 1, right? So that means that the probability that A will occur plus the probability that A2 will occur plus the probability that A3 will occur plus the probability that A4 will occur is equal to what? Is equal to what? 1, because it is certain at least one of them must occur. Is it not? So now we have to find what are we asked to find? The probability that what? A1 will occur, right? So how do we do that? How do we do that? Probability of A1 is equal to what? 1 minus what? The probability of the rest happening. So it's 1 minus the probability of A2 plus probability of A3 plus probability of A4. And that's all. Just 1 minus the rest. You get this. So With that, we have it that the probability of A1 is equal to 1 minus, what's the probability of A2? 1 over what? 1 over 3 plus what's the probability of A3 plus what's the probability of A4? 1 over 5. So we'll be having 1 minus. Now, what's the LCM here? 5, 3, 6. Please, some of you are too smart that you can just do 1 plus 1 plus 1, 3. This plus this. No. You look for the LCM. So what's the LCM of this? 30. 30 divided by 3 is what? 10 times 1 plus 30 divided by 6. 5. 5 times 1 plus 30 divided by this. 6 times 1. So we'll be having 1 minus 10 plus 5 is what? 15 plus 6. So we have 21 over 30. So we are left with 1 minus 21 over 30. So can we bring this together? If we join this together, what's the LCM here? Okay, we can reduce it further to what? 7 over, okay. We'll still get the same answer, 7 over 10. So what's the LCM here? 10 divided by 1. 10 divided by 1. 10 times 1 minus 10 divided by this. 1 times this. So we'll be having 10 minus 7 is what? 3 over what? So she got it right. Thank you very much. I will stone this girl. Somebody that was sleeping. Alright, so 3 over 10 is the right answer. Do you understand this? Just take note that all the probability will equate to 1. So if you have to find one of them, then just 1 minus the sum of the rest. That will give you the probability of the first one, of any one. Write that down. Next question. Don't just raise up your hand. I don't know. If you are true, let me see your hand. Only one person. Who else? That's correct. So one person have gotten it right. Solve something. Don't look at me. Solve. Offer. Solve something now. Solve now, solve. You can do it. What's going on? You will not solve. When I finish solving, you tell me that's your answer. Are you not solving? You're playing game. You can. It will be better you leave my class to the house than to be playing game in my house, in my class. The answer is what? C. C is wrong. Are you done? No. Should we solve it together? All right, so the question says, during 2 years in a school, it's actually a very simple question. Just bring your mind down. During 2 years in a school, 7/8 of the students had malaria. 7/8 of the students had malaria. So let's look at solution. Let's solve it together. Fraction of students with malaria. What fraction have malaria? 7/8. 3/3, 3/4 had kata. So fraction. The fraction here is what? 3/what? And 5/6 had neither malaria nor kata. We have what percentage? What fraction? 5/6. And we are asked to find those that have both what? Malaria and kata. This is what we are asked to find. Now, if you understand this question, they said 7/8 of the students, that is 7 students out of every 8 students, have malaria. The 7 students might also have kata, we don't know. Is it not? But it stated that out of 7, okay, let's say in this class, out of every 8 persons in this class, 7 persons have malaria. 7 persons have malaria. So if 7 persons have malaria, does it mean they don't have kata? We don't know. They might also have. So fraction of students with kata is just 3/4. Then those that have neither this nor that, 5/6. We are asked to find the number of students with both malaria and kata. That's what we are asked to find. So how do we get that? The first thing we have to do, total fraction is equal to what? Normally, if you are to add all the fractions, it will give you a whole number, 1. Just like in probability. If you add all the possible probabilities, you get 1. Fractions, if you add all the possible fractions, you get 1 also. So if you add the fraction of students with malaria only, with the fraction of students with kata only, with fraction of students that have both kata and malaria, and fraction of students that have none of them, you should have the total population, which is equal to 1. So what we have to do, the number of students, the fraction of students with only malaria will be what? Let me see who's thinking fast now. The fraction of students with only malaria is what? 7/8 minus what? No. what are we asked to find? Number of those that have both, right? The first thing is say, let those that have both be X. So now I've given you hints now. If you want to get those that have only malaria, because this one, fraction of students with malaria, they have malaria, they can have catarrh as well. But we want those that have only malaria, like, that is the area of specialization. That is only malaria they have. So to get that, what do? You take this number and you eliminate others. Those that have both. You take this number and you eliminate those that have both of them from it. I don't know if you get it. I don't want to just give you a formula. I want you to visualize it. This 7/8. 7, okay, let's assume we have 8 persons in this class. And in the question, 7 out of the 8 persons have malaria. We don't know. Some of them might have catarrh in addition to that malaria, right? If we want to get the number of people that have only malaria, what do? We take the total number of those that have malaria. We don't know if they have others, minus the number of those that have both malaria and catarrh. That is how we can get that. So in this case, we said 7/8 minus X will give us the number of people that have only malaria. Plus, how do we get the number of people that have only catarrh? How do we get the number of people that have only catarrh? You said 3/4 minus what? X. So you subtract, it's just the same approach you use here. If you are making X the subject of formula, we've not even had any equality signs, so we cannot make it subject of formula. So plus what now? The number of persons that have none is what? 7/5/6. Plus the number of persons that have both is what? And they will be all equal to 1. Let me explain this again. With this, you are done. You just solve your normal mathematics and you get your answer. But the fraction that have none of them, and this one represents the fraction that have both of them. So if you add people with only malaria, only catarrh, none of them, like these persons have none of them, and these persons have both of them, you have the total population, the total fraction. Yes. It's less than what? Did you get the answer with that formula? 19/24. Reduce it to the lowest mixed fraction. 19/24. 19/24. That's not the answer. It's not the right approach. Malaria, only malaria, or this one we're giving here? No, it's not work. The malaria plus catarrh, which value do you use? Just this fraction, just this 7/8. No, this 7/8 is not only for malaria. This 7/8, they have malaria. We don't know if they have other things like catarrh. But we know they have malaria. We are sure they have malaria. But they might also have catarrh. So if you use this to represent only malaria, it's wrong. That is why we are subtracting this minus this X. We are removing the X because X here, we said let X represent those that have both. So if this person has both and we are subtracting it from this, we are accounting for that extra we're supposed to have. Okay, try it if it works. Try it. Let's get our answer from here first. In this case here, if you solve this, hello, are we together? If you solve this, first you can decide to bring them as 1-1 equation. To bring this as 1, what do? This same thing as over 1, right? Or you can decide to bring all the values to one side. Is it not? Which one will be easier? We can collect like times, right? So we have 7 over 8 plus 3 over 4 plus 5 over 6 minus x plus x, right? Equal to what? Equal to 1. Now in this case, let me bring it up here. The LCM of 8 similar to this one we just finished. Right. Once you hear similar to, you don't even care to hear the question. You've given up. Some persons have decided, me, I will not solve this one. The cramming answers. All right, let's take that very fast. So, can I clean? Can I clean this side? Can I clean this side? What's the answer? All right, take down the question. Hello. 3 over 4, 3/4 of a class, 3/4 of a class of 32 students. 3/4 of a class of 32 students study English and 3/8 study mathematics. Every student studies at least one of these subjects. One of these subjects, two sub. What fraction of the class studies mathematics but not English? So just like I said earlier, this is your test. So start solving. And if you are done, please just raise up your hand. I'll come and check. Are you done? You're done. Are you done? Ensure you're solving. If I catch you not solving, you're in trouble. You can carry your bag and go to the house where there is bed and sleep. Solve. You're done. Let me see what you did. Explain.
Okay, so like I said, like
It's actually correct. So one person have gotten it right. I know everybody in that seat now will get it right now. You are putting your heads together and you've not still gotten the answer. Please, the exam is not combined work. Try to do it on your own. One person have gotten the answer. Who is the next? Who is the next? Please, let's listen up. This class will end in... I've shifted my next class to 3 o'clock. So we have just 1 hour to go. Are you done? No, you don't have to know if it's correct. Just get an answer. No. Try again. Five. I don't know how you got the 5 though. Say? Only. And those that study maths only is what you have to find. So find the fraction. Glory and Nora. What's happening? What's the answer? 5/8. No. All right, who have gotten the answer? Only one person have gotten the answer so far. That's me. Who? Let me see. Let me see now. Come and solve it for us, please. You're using pen to cancel. How far? Have you gotten your answer? I don't know how you got your E. Have you gotten your answer? What is happening now? I was expecting you to have gotten your answer. What is happening? Have you gotten an answer? Try to get something. Try to get something. Let's solve it together. There's no time. Some persons will breathe in now. All right, now 1/4. How many of you got 1/4? 1/4 is actually correct. 1/4 is. How many of you got 1/4? You all got. All right. All right. So let's solve it together. Now the question says, hello. 3/4 of a class of 32 students study English. So the number of students that study English is 3/4 of the what? Of the class, and the class is 32. Is it not? So if 3/4 of the class, hello, are we together? We know office times. 3/4 of the class population studies English. So how many persons study English? 3/4 of 32 is what? 3 times this divided by this to give us what? 24 persons. So 24 persons studied English. Now mathematics, they say how many? 3/8 of the class studied mathematics, right? So 3/8 of the class studies mathematics. So 3/8 of 32 is what? So 12 persons studied mathematics. But listen up, how many persons are in the class? 32 persons, right? And here we are saying that 24 persons studies English, 12 persons studies mathematics. Add the two together, what do you get? 36, which is more than the total number of persons in the class. So it simply means that some persons offered both English and mathematics. Do you get that? Because 24 persons studies English. Here we are not told if these 24 persons, if some of them are doing mathematics, we are not told. But we just know the English teacher has in his record that 24 persons are doing mathematics, English. So whether they are doing mathematics or not, that's not his business. The math teacher knows that only 12 persons are doing mathematics. Whether they are doing English as well, he does not care. So, but adding the total number of persons doing English and mathematics together, it exceeds the number of persons living in the class. It means some persons are doing both subjects. Do we get that? But the question says every student studies at least one of these subjects. So if we add them together, we have 36. But how many persons do we have in the class? So what do you think? How many persons are doing both subjects? How many persons are doing both subjects? 4 persons are doing both subjects. How do we get the 4? So those doing both subjects will be 36 minus the number of persons in the class, right? 30, which is what? Now, how do we get? The question says, what fraction of the class studies mathematics but not English? That is, those that studied only mathematics. So how do we get that? Those that studied mathematics originally was what? 12, right? 12, but we don't know if they studied other subjects. But we've seen that 4 persons are studying both. So maths only, those that studied mathematics only will be 12. minus those that study both. So 12 minus 4 will be what? So 8 persons in class studied mathematics only. But the question was, what fraction? So what 8 is what fraction of the class? 8 over what? How many persons do we have in the class? 8 over 32. Reduce it. 8 here. 8 into 32. 1 over 4. Even the person that said she got the answer, surprise. That's it. No. Until I exhaust my questions. One over 8. How do you get 1 over 8? 1 over 8 is wrong. There are other methods to go about this, but I think this is the easiest method. So just fit yourself into that method. If you add this, you get 30, you have 36, which is more than the number of persons in the class. That was how I would say 36 minus total number of viewers is doing. The next question will not take you up to 1 minute and is your second test. What? What's going on? So after this class, can we just spend like 2 hours for English or biology? Biology. Can we spend like 2 hours for biology?
Yes.
All right. What's your business? All right. So that's the question. That's the question. Water flows through a 3 cm diameter pipe at the rate of 3 meters per second. How many cm cube of water flow through the pipe in 1 second? Let's try to be as fast as possible. The first person to get it right, I'll be very happy with you. Say? Option. The normal issues are giving options. You start guessing. So for now, just solve. No, don't worry. Just show the working and tell me the answer. If you can just tell me the answer without solving, no problem. Because it's OBJ exam. That's why I don't want to give options. Are you done? Are you done? Do something, do something. You're done. Wow, I like that. I like that. Someone is done. Oh, let me see. One thing. No. How's this? Oh, it's not you're copying the next question. Are you done? Hmm? One. Let me see. Why are you forgetting one? It's wrong. Wait, what is happening? You like coming late. You're done. Oh, that's good. That's good. What's it? No. There's one thing that you must do. Hmm? No. There's one thing you must do in this question. So I want to check if you are very careful to observe that or not. No. Hmm? No. What's the answer? I just need the answer. I don't need. No. No. If someone can get this for me without the option, I have something big for you. I'll give you immediately. Immediately, like immediately. Say? No. 13. You 14. What's it? You're almost there. Do something. Do something. You're almost there. The answer is just check. Don't put it in. Don't put it in. Hmm? No. But you've gotten something around the answer. Yes. So someone almost there. But they say nearly cannot be a bed. Just check your what you did. Hmm? Hmm? No. Please. The answer is more. Okay, let me not give you hints.
Give us hints now.
Even with okay, the answer is more than 1,000. For those of you telling me 2, 13, 14. No. You said 1,000. I said it's more than 1,000. Okay, then I'll be getting 1,500. Now money now. All right. I should wait. I'm waiting. I should solve. I'm sorry. Okay, let me give you a little insight into it. They say water flows through a hello. I'm not solving. Listen up. Say. Okay, let me write out the options. All right. So that's that. This what? Nice one. You gotten it? Okay, now look at this. The question says water flows through a 3 cm diameter pipe. Let's solve it together. 3 cm diameter pipe at the rate of, now look up, at the rate of what? 3 what? What did you have here? 3 what? Centimeter. What do you have here? Meter. Centimeter, meter. And the options are in centimeter. You have to make the units match. First, this is the pipe. And the diameter is 3 centimeter, right? First, for you to get the answer, you have to calculate the area of that pipe. And this is a circular pipe. So the area of a circle is what? Pi radius square, right? Pi radius square. Pi is 22/7 times the radius is what? You are given diameter. I know diameter divided by 2 will give us radius, right? So we have 3 divided by 2, which is what? So 1.5 square. Everything I will give us what? Everything I will give us what? 9.42 9.42 cm square. Now, this is the area of the pipe. This is the area of the pipe. Now, they said water flows through this at the rate of 3 meters per second. So let's convert this rate to centimeter. 3 meters per second will be same as what? 3 meters per second will be equal to 300 centimeters per second, right? Is it not? 10 millimeter make one, 10 millimeter make one, 10 centimeter make one. Not correct. What is it? Two point what? Hey, what is happening? Why are you going to? Hey, come back here. Come back here. Hey, don't move. Come back here. What is happening? Why are you going to? Are you having practicals? People are not leaving today. Move back. My friend, move back. For those of you having practicals, you can go, but you are not going anywhere. If 3 of you leave this place, don't come to my next class. All right, so here you made mistake here. Everything here was supposed to be what? 7.07. So if you fix it here, that will give us what? All right, so that's that. Can we take the next question? We're out of time already. This kind of